Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a very exciting video. I love seeing these kind of videos, so I thought, why should I also not make one? Who's stopping me? So we're going to be together for a week. We will see how much I'm able to read as somebody who has a full-time job. So the books I have with me for this video are two books. One is The Broken Country and the other one is A Little Life. So I have two books with me because A Little Life I'm already around 40% in, since I'm going to be reading in office around people and it's starting to get heavy already. So I don't want to be bawling my eyes out crying in front of people, especially at work. So for that I have Broken Country. I got this on Friday, I think, and I started reading it on Friday, but I only got like maybe 10 pages in. On the weekend I was reading A Little Life. Today I'm not sure. I've not gotten any reading done as of now. I woke up really late. I binged a show that I started yesterday, so I slept around 1 or 2 in the morning. So I couldn't really do much. I'll try to take you guys with me as much as I can. I don't know how comfortable I will be shooting in public, but at the end of the day, we'll sit down and we'll have a chat and see how much I've gotten through on a Monday. We got through Monday. I think last I recorded I was at work. The first half was still a little bit okay, but the second half got so crazy that I didn't get a lot of time to read. I did read a little bit while I was on my way back home, but I did start reading Broken Country on the way to work, and I think I just read maybe 5 pages and then I just could not get into the story and I was missing A Little Life. So I started reading it and I think I only got I've only read 20 pages. Okay, this book it goes very slowly. The font is really small and it is huge. The book is huge, so it's not my fault. But I am enjoying the story. I'm done with dinner. I don't have anything else right now. I think I'm gonna get comfortable and get a little bit more reading in. So I think I'm gonna keep this aside as of now because the story has not really held my interest as of now. So let's read. I finished 3 parts. I'm on the 4th part now, and something about the writing in this book, it's just so intimate, and I don't mean in a romantic way, I mean it in a very humanly way. Sometimes when we're following 4 friends basically in this book and we're just going about their lives and what they're going individually in their own lives, and sometimes the moments that these guys share, because they have known each other for decades, conversations that they have sometimes, I feel like I'm eavesdropping on 2 friends having a conversation in real. I don't know how to put it. It's like you're witnessing a very tender moment, a very vulnerable moment. It's getting late, I have to stop. Maybe I'll just read one more chapter. It's like they're reaching their 40s now, and we've been following their story since they were, kids. We've gotten bits and pieces. We've gone into the past and gotten glimpses of their childhood as well, and their university, then their lives after that. Now they're reaching their 40s. So I feel very protective of the characters. I feel like they're my children. Like, I want to protect them. Like, if they fight, I'm like, no, please. I just want them to be happy. What a Tuesday. Just got back home, got some reading done, but today, reading wise, it was such a bad day. Work wise, it was nice. It was a very hectic day. Read a little bit when I was going to work, but after that, I didn't even touch my book. And this was the only book that I was carrying, so even when I had 10, 15, 20 minutes in between meetings, I didn't want to pick it up and just read one page and then leave it again. And I was not carrying Broken Country with me today because I'm just not that interested in the book as of now. It's also a new story, so I have to give it at least, some time. I have to read at least 50, 60 pages and then I will have a fair idea as to if I like it or don't like it. But I'm already committed to this book. I'm very invested. When I started this book, I think some 100 pages in, I thought that I knew where this was going, and I still think that is the kind of direction that it's going in, but I think it's going to be way worse than that. People are not crying for no reason. Very embarrassed about the page count till now, but I'm going to have some nice dinner. I'm very hungry, and then I'm going to sit in one corner and read my book. That's the plan for tonight, nothing else. Okay, so we're halfway through the week, and I feel like it's been a while since I've given any updates, or maybe I just feel like that because I did read a bit today, but I did not get a chance to record my reactions or record while I was reading it. I have finally crossed the 50% mark, and I feel like we're in the thick of the story now. There's so much happening. At a point when I was reading today, I had to step away from the book, and that has not happened in a really long time. I had to take a breather. It just got so intense, and I think I know what people mean when they say that this book wrecks you. I'm currently on page 403, and just the last, I think, 5 pages, there was just so much happening that it was back to back trauma, and there was just so much information that was being dumped on me. It was nauseating. I don't know any other word. I literally felt nauseous, and I had to just stop myself, and I teared up as well, and it got a little embarrassing because I was around people, I was at work, so I stopped at that point. I was like, it's fine, I'll go back home, I'll have my own time, I'll read at that time, I'll cry on my own time, on my own terms. So I'm starting to get a little scared, and what I was talking about yesterday or the day before when I said that I think I might know where this is going, it has already gone there, and I have more than almost 40% left, so I don't know what else is going to happen. Even last night I was reading a bit before going to bed, and I reached that point again where I had to just consciously tell myself to stop reading. In the morning it happened as well, it happened at work as well. So I feel like I have gotten into this story where it's starting to get heavy. It has, the entire book has that sort of melancholic feel about it. There's always this dark cloud over everybody in this book. So I would want to ideally finish this week, because next week I'm traveling and I don't want this energy to travel with me. So anyway, that was a lot of talking about nothing really, but as of now I'm liking it, I'm enjoying it. I have not touched Broken Country today again as well, because I only get so much time to read, and the time that I do get to read, I want to read this. I'm scared and excited and nervous to see where it goes. So yeah, that has been my reading update till now. I'm gonna read a little bit more before going to sleep tonight. I will see you tomorrow, or I'll see you when I'm reading now. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, let's talk. I'm getting a little late, so I'm just going to talk while I'm getting ready. Yesterday I didn't get to read a lot. Honestly, I did read a little bit at work and on my commute to and fro. And after I came back, I just did not have the energy to give my thoughts at the time. I was so tired yesterday. So I don't know the exact page count, but I think I read almost maybe 30-40 pages. I'm on page 462 right now, and I don't know, there's just so much happening. I'm on the 5th part of the book, and the 5th part is called The Happy Years. Is it really happy? Is it? In this book, do we have a section called Happy Years? Okay, let me start by saying that I'm enjoying the book. It's nice, I'm engaged, I'm invested in the story, I want to know what's going on, I want to keep on going. But I feel like there's just the character that we're following, Jude, who is the center of the story, and all of his other friends, their lives are in relation to him. And now where we're at, we're only following Jude and one of his really close friends. But it's like Jude cannot catch a break. There's just so much happening with him. At one point, I was feeling very sympathetic towards him. I understood parts of his personality on why he is the way he is, because we're getting glimpses of the past as well, and we're seeing what is going on in the past. But then it's just endless. And I feel like it is intentional in a way where you want the story to be sad, so you're just making this one character go through hell and back. Maybe that's the point of it, I don't know. So I have an attachment to the character for sure. I'm not gonna say I'm liking the writing as well. The writing is so beautiful. I think I've said it before as well. It's very tender, it's very intimate. The relationships that we build along the way, just chef's kiss. But God, my friend Jude, he needs to catch a break. I don't know what the end of it is. I'm sure it's not gonna be happy. Really, I just want some good things to come along for Jude. He's almost 42, I think, where I'm at right now. He's gonna turn 42, or he's already turned 42 in the year that we're in. And 42 years of just, not 42 years actually, I mean, once he was an adult, he did get his life together. Trauma that he carries from his childhood and how it plays in the day-to-day of his life, how it affects his relationships, his friendships, his work, everything, his whole life at this point. It's just, I want 10 pages where only good things happen. And I love Jude and Willem so much. They're so sweet, they're so loving, they're so kind. And I went to bed reading this last night, and the dreams that I had, wow. But yeah, I need to leave in, I think 5 minutes. I honestly don't know how much I'm gonna be able to read today. I think I should be fine. I'm technically in the happy years, so I'm assuming nothing sad is gonna happen in this part at least. I'm gonna go now. I will probably be back in the night and we'll see how far I've gotten and if I'm still in the happy years or if we've moved on to sadder things. Let's start our Friday. By the way, I'm wearing my favorite sweatshirt. Ignore that, that's just perfume I put on. I'm wearing my favorite sweatshirt from the Eras. So excited. I have one extra step in my getting ready time, which is wearing my ring. Let's get on with our Friday and our little sad book, Our Little Life. Let's get on with it. Little reading update again. I am on page 504 now. I am still what are technically supposed to be happy years in the book, and as I had predicted in the morning, though you can overall call them happy years because that is how it looks on the outside to everybody else, but since we're with Jude, there's only suffering in his life and a lot of it is self-inflicted. While I was reading today in the evening, I realized that this book so perfectly encapsulates how it feels to be with somebody that you really love, if it's a partner, your friend, anybody, and to be unable to help them. You know, you cannot leave them because of course you love them. Then maybe this is how broken people are, you know. I'd read this quote the other day, not from this book, somewhere else. It just stayed with me. It says that just think about how difficult it is to change yourself and then think of how difficult it is to change somebody else. So when people are like, you know, if I stay with them long enough, if I do A, B, and C, maybe I will try to make them see another way of life. But a lot of topics that are explored in the book, they're done so beautifully. We talk about, you know, trying to help somebody out of a bad place. We try to help somebody deal with their traumatic past, the traumas that they carry still in their present life, how somebody like that would behave in a friendship, in a relationship, in a familial environment. And the writing is very matter-of-factly. You're not really getting into somebody's head where they're feeling a certain kind of way. They're just having an monologue within themselves and just questioning things that are happening, which I feel is very human. That is at least how I would think in real. So I don't feel like I'm reading a story as such. So needless to say, the story, the book, the writing is all consuming. But I'm sort of also looking forward to end this because I want to move on to a happier book, some happier setting, or something just non-serious. I'm gonna get back to it. I will try to read as much as I can tonight before going to sleep. I will try to give more updates, but it's gonna be pretty much the same because I was misled. Happy years are not happy years, as I had predicted. Anyway, enough talking. Let's go back to reading. The writer is presenting Jude with so many opportunities to just, you know, choose the other path, move on, move laterally in life. But that's not happening. Did I finish this book or did this book finish me? I'm still thinking about it. First things first, I would strongly recommend it that if you are going to pick this book up, read the trigger warnings. I made that mistake. I didn't read it because I thought I had read enough reviews or I had listened to enough people talk about it, so I kind of knew what was in store. But it would have definitely helped if I had a look at the trigger warnings. Usually books that are this big, whenever I'm reading them, any book that is over 400 pages, I reach the saturation point where I'm like, okay, you know what, let's wrap this up. It's going on for way longer than it needs to. But in this, I did not feel that. It was written so beautifully, and it's a 700-page book, so there's enough time to, you know, really build these characters up for us to really fall in love with them and then just rip our heart apart at the end. These are no spoilers. This is just what you should know, that even though there are some technically happy things that are happening and, you know, some positive things that are happening in the characters' lives, but everything just comes with that melancholic feel. There's just this grey cloud looming over their heads at all time, and in turn ours as well. The entire week when I was reading this, I was just in such a weird place. Yesterday was the worst. One of the scenes which in the whole book hit me the most, that happened while I was at work, and it was embarrassing for me. I've just not been able to stop thinking about it. I've relayed the story to people at work, my fiance, so I've gotten that weight off of my chest. But there's of course sexual abuse in the book, and though the author is not going into details of how it is happening, the nitty-gritties of it, but the way that it is written, the way that it is described in such a plain format, I feel like that's just beautiful. To not go into the smallest of things when you're describing something traumatic and still be able to elicit those kind of reactions from a reader, I think that's brilliant. Even though I was not crying on the floor in a fetal position, I was still extremely sad. This overall is a sad book. But did I enjoy reading it? 100%. Would I recommend it to somebody? Nope. I would not want anybody to go through this. This is plain torture. So I'm glad this is done. I'm glad I can move on. It has been too long since this was on my shelf. I'm just happy that I can check it off my list. If you were with me this week, thank you so much for watching. That is all I have for now. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Bye bye. See you never.